It's Oscars week, which means 8 popular films are getting everyone's attention, while arguably better films are being ignored. So I thought I'd dedicate this week's episode to 5 underrated films that I think everyone should check out. Quick side note, if you saw last week's rant video, the Academy did reverse their decision and they will be airing all 24 nominations on the telecast, which is a huge win for everyone that works in those crafts. Now let's jump into the 5 most underrated films of 2018.
I've decided to keep a journal, to set down all my thoughts and the simple events of my day. I will keep this diary for 1 year, and at the end of that time, it will be destroyed.
First Reformed is written and directed by Paul Schrader, who is most known for writing Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. This is the only movie on the list that was actually nominated for an Oscar, and that was for the Best Original Screenplay.
I was lost.
Thus ends the reading of the Lord. Praise be God.
First Reformed follows Reverend Ernst Thaler, a minister at a tourist church who starts to question his faith and his morality as he counsels a wife's depressed husband who starts to have doubts about bringing their baby into this world that we're knowingly destroying.
I want you to be happy.
I know that nothing can change, and I know there is no hope.
Reverend Toller?
Yes, Mary.
You must come over. You must come over now.
Explosives.
She was becoming someone I didn't know.
Opportunistic diseases, anarchy, martial law. You will live to see this.
You had no idea that he was thinking of...
No, I'm so frightened.
These kids, they want certainty. Don't think, follow. They fall prey to extremism. It's a world without hope.
No, I have not lost my faith.
You think that what we did together was a sin?
I've seen enough real sin to know the difference.
You didn't tell the police, right?
Take a look at your own life before you criticize others.
These are frightening times. We have to be patient.
Well, somebody has to do something.
First Reformed tackles some heavy subject matter, and it's not going to be for everyone. It's a dark, heavy, slow-burning film with an ending that's going to leave some people going, "What?" But Ethan Hawke delivers a career-best performance in this movie, and it left me mesmerized. It features a couple of shots towards the end of this movie that I don't think will ever leave my head. They're that powerful.
My hands shake as I write these lines.
Can God forgive us for what we've done to this world?
Who can know the mind of God?
If it wasn't for the final 30 minutes of this movie, I don't know if I would have liked the movie that much. It was a little too slow to get to, but in the end, I found the climax and the journey there was ultimately very rewarding, and thus I recommend the film. Currently, you can watch First Reformed for free on Amazon Prime.
As a quadriplegic, it must be frustrating for you, someone who liked to get things done with their hands.
The movie is set in the near but distant future and follows a car mechanic named Gray, played by Logan Marshall Green. After their car wrecks in a bad neighborhood, 4 men arrive who shoot and kill Gray's wife and leave him paralyzed from the neck down. A young tech wizard offers to save him by installing a chip called STEM into his brain, which would give him the ability to walk again.
Better brain.
I am STEM, the system operating your body for you.
Can anybody else hear you?
No, only you. May I point something out? In the drone surveillance footage, Sir Brantner, Marine Corps, address 414 Citrus.
Gray uses his newborn ability to track down his wife's killers, but things take a turn when STEM, who controls Gray's body, starts to develop desires of his own.
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
Sammy's got a knife!
I see that. We have a knife too.
You now have full control again, Gray.
You didn't know that I'm a ninja.
While I am state-of-the-art, I am not a ninja.
Upgrade was a wonderful surprise because I went into the movie completely blind. I didn't see a single trailer or piece of promotional material leading to the screening. It has some great humorous moments, some really well-designed set pieces that feature great fight choreography and beautiful cinematography, and is just an all-around well-directed action sci-fi film. This movie is a lot of fun and I highly recommend it. You can watch Upgrade on Cinemax or rent it through any of the various streaming services.
Hey guys, it's Kayla back with another video. So, the topic of today's video is being yourself. Being yourself can be hard, and it's like, aren't I always being myself? And yeah, for sure. But being yourself is like not changing yourself to impress someone else.
8th Grade is comedian-songwriter Bo Burnham's writing and directing debut. Set in the last week of 8th grade, the movie follows an introvert named Kayla and her journey to step out of her shell and make friends. She struggles with social anxiety but produces YouTube vlogs that give out life advice.
By the way, I like your shirt a lot. It's like so cool. What? Okay, so growing up can be a little bit scary and weird.
We will begin to explore these changing bodies of yours. It's gonna be lit.
Bo Burnham's script features a very raw and honest look at what it's like to be an outsider trying to step out of their shell and try to make some friends. It has signature Bo Burnham style humor while simultaneously delivering a raw, heartfelt look at trying to overcome your own anxieties.
I'm really nervous all the time. I try really hard not to feel that way. But you just need to face your fears and let people know the real you.
The situations in this movie are real, cringeworthy, and relatable, which is why I think this movie stands out so much. It's not a watered-down Hollywood film, it's honest. But the real breakout here is Elsie Fisher, who embodies Kayla's awkward vulnerabilities so perfectly.
Just grab my phone. How to charge it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I charge it too. But my phone, Just because things are happening right now doesn't mean they're always gonna happen.
What was in there?
Just sort of my hopes and dreams.
Right.
I was a complete mess when I was your age.
Really?
8th grade is the worst.
You never know what's next. And that's what makes things exciting and scary and fun.
When did you get Snapchat? What grade?
5th grade.
5th grade? What? Yo, see?
This movie was definitely snubbed for the Best Original Screenplay, and in my opinion, it was robbed of a Best Picture nomination. You can watch 8th Grade for free on Amazon Prime.
It's not a drill.
Yeah, it's right up here.
He's got him.
Stand up.
You alone out here? My daughter's with me.
Dad?
Let's go.
Can you tell me where you live? In the park?
Leave No Trace is director Debra Granik's follow-up to Winter's Bone. It follows Will, a war veteran with PTSD, and his daughter Tom, who live in the woods of a public park isolated from human interaction, only entering town for food and supplies when needed.
I wake up rested and peaceful most mornings.
True.
They are caught and arrested for living on public land and are forced by social services to return to society, or else they will take Tom away from Will.
Or troubling dreams.
Tom shows a desire to learn and adapt to society, but this makes Will feel oppressed and causes PTSD to grow worse.
Do you feel safe living with your dad?
We didn't need to be rescued.
Your dad needs to provide you shelter and a place to live.
He did.
This is without a doubt one of the best films of 2018, and it was completely ignored by the Academy. This should have had a Best Picture nomination, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Director, in my opinion. Leave No Trace is masterfully directed, and Ben Foster gives a heartbreaking performance as a father who is struggling with his own inner demons, and he's torn between escaping society and raising his daughter.
It's not a crime to be unhoused, but it's illegal to live on public land.
We have found an option.
Are we gonna be okay here?
can still think her own thoughts.
Keep pedaling. Look where you want to go.
School is about social skills, not just intellectual ones.
I think it might be easier on us if we try to adapt.
We're wearing their clothes, we're in their house, we're eating their food, we're doing their work. We have adapted. Pack your things.
Did you even try? 'Cause I can't tell.
Somebody said it's unspeakable love to me.
Where's your home?
With my dad. I don't want to leave. Same thing that's wrong with you isn't wrong with me.
Where are you guys headed?
I don't think we knew where we were going.
It remains to me.
Thomas McKenzie is absolutely breathtaking in this film. You can feel her soaking in every new experience that she encounters on her journey, and you truly see her grow and change over the course of this film. This should be a star-making showcase for Thomason in a devastatingly underrated film. It really is such a shame that more people didn't see this movie. When I left the theater, I was really conflicted, but I think that's just because of the events that transpire towards the climax of the movie. I won't get into it here because I don't want to get into spoilers, but it left me feeling a certain way, and I didn't know how I felt about feeling that way. But the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about the film itself, the more I realized how powerful the story is. You can watch Leave No Trace on Amazon Prime for free.
Honey, I'm really not gonna be good at this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You want me to leave the light on in the hallway for you?
it's fine.
All right, I'm going to bed, honey. Good night, I love you.
Thunder Road follows a police officer named Jim, who suffers a mental breakdown after his mother dies, while simultaneously fighting for custody rights for his daughter after a divorce.
Fine. I don't care. It's fine. I won't work here anyway. You want me to talk? Yeah, I'll talk. You don't want me to talk. I got dirt on all of y'all. I'll start with myself. My wife left me a year and a half ago. There, laugh it up. I slept in my car. 3 weeks. Jerry saw it. Isn't that right, Jerry?
Yeah, I brought you breakfast.
Thank you so much for doing that, Jerry. Haven't been a lot back then. You're drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm angry. I realize that. I'll calm down. No, calm down. I lost my daughter today. For what? So I could impress you. I gave up my family. And the rest of it. What, you want my pants too? Fine. You can keep them. I don't care. You can't hurt me. You think you're hurting me? I found out she lost her boyfriend in Vietnam. I never asked her about it. What? I never made the time. I was selfish. This is what you get!
Okay.
Thunder Road was able to be made after Jim Cummings won the Grand Jury Award at Sundance for the short film Thunder Road, which is actually just the first 15 minutes of this film. After making the short film, Jim just didn't sit back and wait for Hollywood to call his name. He went out there and made the movie himself. This is the definition of independent cinema, as Jim starred, wrote, and directed the film, and then subsequently self-distributed the movie himself as well. Jim's wear it all on your sleeve, vulnerable, tragic comic performance is the highlight of this movie. He spends the entirety of this movie in between a complete mental breakdown and trying to reel himself back in from complete disaster, which results in some very humorous yet simultaneously heartbreaking moments. Jim's writing, directing, and acting is so good that you're constantly being torn from crying and laughing hysterically in the same scene. This is a brilliantly made independent film that deserves way more recognition than it's getting, because we need way more movies like this out there. You can rent Thunder Road on any of the various streaming services, and please do rent it and support true independent filmmaking. That's going to do it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've seen any of the 5 films, please comment below and let me know what you thought of them. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week when we jump in and review the Ronin S Focus Motor.